Alright, Aries, this is your 2020 Wheel of the Year guide to the planetary retrogrades that we will be facing this year and some of the astrological movements that will be going on and affecting everybody and the energies that will be affecting your sign. I'm going to go through the 8 turns of the year from Yule to Samhain, and I'll go over when they are when I hit them, just in case you don't know what time of year that means. At the end of your reading last year, it said sticking to hard choices and not babying people that you may have just been giving chance and chance and chance to, or recognizing these people that kind of feed off you energy, and you're not babying them anymore. You're expecting people to start kind of standing on their own 2 feet at this point. You're still, according to your summer solstice, last card for that one going into the Yule season is recuperating from trials, from dealing with difficult people. So that's the energy you're entering into. So the new energies that are at play now are, this is the oppression card, but it's upright. So this is you can be being accused of being overwhelming and intimidating. But are you overwhelming and intimidating, or are you just starting to really set healthy boundaries for yourself? And that's what people are balking at you now. With this setting, healthy boundaries, this is December 21st is Yule. So setting healthy boundaries, you come in off a little bit intimidating and overwhelming to others, but you are transforming. This is a major transformation energy. You're coming out of being oppressed by others' expectations of you, and you're starting to come out on your own. And with that, I see a little bit of inspirational, creative energy being open to come into you now, because you've let go of these oppressing, toxic relationships and toxic connections that you were dragging through 2019, because you're genuinely releasing all that now. You have opened yourself up to massive creative energy, and you can look forward to the future in a way you probably haven't looked forward to the future before, because now you're really believing in yourself. In between Yule and Imbolc, which is on February 2nd, we have Uranus going direct in Taurus on January 20th. So now this is going to be everybody starting to accept the new change to the system. So this is a universal energy that everybody is getting into the flow of, okay, things have changed. So now we just need to start accepting this new change so that we can be open for more transformation. For your Imbolc card on February 2nd, so around that season, I see you being able to defend yourself very wisely using logic and not emotion. This is about taking your swords. You don't want to battle with you anymore. I don't want to hear your excuses. Here, I'll leave you these 2 swords to defend yourself with, but it's not my job to defend you anymore. I'm taking my swords and I'm going home. Alright, and with that, releasing of that and being able to just defend yourself logically, I see it, it's going to cause a little bit of instability and insecurity. And I believe this, I really feel like this is coming off the people that you're cutting off right now. So the people that you're cutting off here coming into spring, into Imbolc in February, you know, right at the end of winter, these people, what they'll try to do is make you feel insecure so that you don't try to go do it on your own. They're going to, no, you can't. And they're going to throw up all these reasons and all these excuses and all the programming that tells you that you can't do this and you should stick to their program. And it's going to cause a little bit of an upheaval. But I see you being able to logically work your way through that and not feed those connections anymore. So between Imbolc and Ostara on March 20th, we have a Mercury retrograde. It's going to be from February 17th to March 10th. And this is going to be a time to reorganize your priorities around emotions and that you struggle to communicate. this Mercury retrograde is gonna highlight things that you've been afraid to say, things you've been afraid to express, and it's gonna be time to prioritize what you do want to really express about yourself. And if you can't express yourself honestly to people as who you truly are, it's gonna make you reevaluate all of that around you. But coming into Ostara, which is March 20th, so it'll be 10 days after the retrograde, you'll be finishing out the shadow phase here. It's all going to be about living up to your own ideals, living up to your own integrity. I see gains, material gains in the marketplace and stuff like that, because you're controlling yourself emotionally. You're not allowing this stuff to affect your business anymore and to affect your work mode and your grind mode, and you know what you need to do, and you're going to get it done. You got your cup steady, stable in your hand. It's not sloshing and spilling out all over the place anymore. You're in control, and you're holding on to that control. And because you're holding on to that control, I see you being open to new or renewed, stronger partnerships and more attraction. And because you've confidently put yourself out there, that makes you more attractive to people. It opens you up to the frequency of attracting new love, of attracting new partnerships, of attracting these things. So I see spring being a big jump for you in attracting things to you, whether it be a love relationship or material gains. All right, so between Ostara and Beltane on May 1st, we have Pluto going retrograde in Capricorn. And this is going to make it feel like certain things are burning to the ground, especially business-related things. So now the toxic cords are cut and you're emotionally balanced coming into here. You've logically decided that there's certain things you're going to notice are going to start flaring up because you're ready to take off. That's where the flare-ups are going to happen with this Pluto retrograde. And Pluto's very under the thing. And Capricorn is all about business. So I see this as a lot of like work-related type of underlying little stressors that are going to pop up and make you evaluate certain things you need to adjust here and adjust there and maybe change up some things for you. So going into Beltane on May 1st, I see lots of expansion, life force energy, masculine energy, very paternally, like unconditional love, but tough love. Like, I love you, but you've got your healthy boundaries locked down. Those who support you 100%. You don't have to doubt your team anymore. You know those who have your back, and you're setting your foundations with that. I see a lot of contemplation and apathies when it comes to people who no longer fit your timeline. They no longer fit your path. You're not carrying the emotional burden of the people and things that you've had to release in order to be in the foundations that you're setting now. It's a lot of contemplation going on, but you're ready to do it, and you're ready to genuinely do it in a way that benefits you the most. That's going into May for Beltane. Now, in between Beltane and Midsummer, lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. All right. So we've got Jupiter going retrograde in Capricorn on May 14th. We have Saturn going retrograde from Aquarius to Capricorn on May 11th. And we have Venus going retrograde in Pisces on May 13th. So now this is 3 major retrogrades from 3 of our big planets going on right in between May and Midsummer, which is June 21st. So this is all going to be about time to re-examine old philosophies, allow new ideas to come in, allow your mind to be open enough to change. Be mindful of where you're holding on to old philosophies to the point that it's holding you back. Be aware of those programs. With Saturn and Aqua to Capricorn, I see that really only being a problem if you've been trying to cut corners. If you've been trying to sneak your way around the universe so that you can get things done without doing the actual work yourself, this is where those problems are going to come in. This is where they'll catch up with you. But if you've been genuinely doing the work and not cutting corners, Saturn's not going to bother you that much. Venus going retro into Pisces, That's going to be May 13th to June 5th. This is going to be hot girl summer. Temptations are going to be high. Willpower is going to be weak. So be mindful of what connections you're making right there. Going into this summer. Going into this heat season for everybody. Also, right before midsummer, what do we got? Mercury retrograde, June 8th. And this is don't be distracted by past loves. That's what it's going to be. Mercury's big message coming through the summer is, here's all your exes. That's where the exes come out of the woodwork every year. And everybody, because it's hot girl summer and everybody's looking fly and everybody's out on social media and out on the beaches. And that's when they tried to kind of like weasel their way back in. So just be mindful of that. Don't get distracted. And then by midsummer, I see you moving into a major new phase of your life, a major transformation. This is transitioning from who you used to be to who you are now. You've already evaluated all your philosophies. You've been hit with exes, making you reevaluate how you got into those toxic cycles with them. And you're ready. You're ready to transition into a new phase. You're ready to be in this new era of your life. And this is going to bring Three of Hearts reversed. This is going to bring some heartache for some people. I see this being more for the people you're going to be walking away from, or people that you're going to be like, no, I'm not gonna play your game again. I'm not gonna get baited back into that drama. You know, I'm gonna break these cycles. I'm ready to be the new me. The old me that you were looking for is not here anymore. So there's gonna be a little bit of heartache in with that. After midsummer, before Lunasa in August, we have Neptune going retro in Pisces here too on June 23rd. And that's going to be a shattering of illusions and phobias and fears that surface. So the shattering of illusions, like I said, it played along with this. It's going to be the shattering of illusions of what you thought certain people were. Shattering illusions of who you thought you were. And a lot of that energy from the Pluto burning things down to the ground when it went retrograde way back over here is going to be really going to be what you're seeing playing out around you. You're going to start seeing people for who they really are and making decisions based on that. So that shows me that you're going to be taking a break. Now this is a choice break. She's laying down on her own. She set up her swords that she picked up over here. And she's set them up over herself to defend herself. And she is taking a break from all this toxic nonsense. And embracing the transition into a new life. And embracing that transition means when you leave one comfort zone, you have to let all that go before you can move to your next comfort zone. So there's that space where you transition from one life to the next, and you got to let go of all this stuff, and it takes a lot of energy, and you're going to need to recoup from that. It's going to be overcoming the grief caused by others and actually processing that stuff and not just dragging it into your next relationship. You're taking all your lessons learned from the first part of this year, and you're really putting it towards self-growth, self-love, and not diluting it and not trying to excuse it and not playing any of those games anymore. You're ready to evaluate it for what it really is, and you're going to work on overcoming that grief that was caused by those people. Alright, so after Lunasa going into Mabun in September, you have Aries, or Mars going retrograde in Aries September 3rd. So that is in its element. And I warn you, with Aries energy, personal experience, we rush and we're accident prone. And that is what's going to be the big message coming through with this retrograde. It's going to want you to rush. And if you rush, you're going to trip over your own feet and you're going to bust your head on a table. So be mindful. Watch your feet, watch where you're going, and slow down when you feel this September 3rd rolling in and you feel that rushing energy coming in and that assertive energy from Aries. Aries brings a lot of assertiveness, but it can easily come off as aggressiveness. So be mindful of those energies. Be assertive, but don't be aggressive. By Mabun, September 22nd, I see accumulation of business successes and or home plans that you've been working on, and all the underlying work that you've been doing with all this emotional stuff on one side. The business stuff, if you were smart, if you were paying attention, and if you were playing along and you were doing the Capricorn, Jupiter and Capricorn, business gets done in a business type setting, really getting your shit done, you're really going to have a solid, firm, comfortable foundation here by the time fall rolls around, September 22nd. You're also, with this work and this, and genuinely processing your emotions of how you keep attracting these types of relationships, I see you being open to the synchronicities that are going to lead you to new love. Either new love or renewing of an old love connection. Okay? Because you're not who you were yesterday, but neither are they. So this could either be a new love, or it could be an old connection, but it's presenting itself in a very new way. And you're going to know this by the synchronicities that are going to be playing around you. It will make sense. The synchronicities will make sense to you. If it doesn't make sense, then that's not the synchronicities. That's your own mind trying to create synchronicities. Okay? So just be mindful of that around the end of September. Okay, so after September 22nd, going into Samhain, which is on November 1st, or October 31st, however you like to do it, you have, one more time, Mercury retrograde, this time from Scorpio to Libra and back again. So this is going to be going from that hard shell with the stinger energy into a very vocalized energy, back into that stinger energy. So just be real mindful of your words, and really evaluate, like I said here, really evaluate whether those synchronicities are genuine synchronicities, or are you forming them to make them fit what you want it to be. Really allow the universe to tell you what it's trying to do for you. It will make sense. If it doesn't make sense, then it's not for you. And by Samhain, I see the perfect balance. The perfect balance of masculine and feminine energy, attraction that leads to more. You know, this is, you're open to this love frequency, genuinely open to it now for a balanced partnership with someone who doesn't, that balances you and doesn't wreak chaos in your life when they come in. More emotional balance. King of Hearts. You know, the Rose of Love right there. She's ready. She's, you know, gone through everything, and she's balanced, and she's ready to nurture and grow and take care of this connection, or take care of this connection that's opening up for you. Alright, Aries, and then right after Samhain, you have Mars going direct in Aries for November 1st. So that's right after the Witch's New Year. Aries, you got your planet going direct in your sign, and you are gaining footing, confidence, and you are ready to start climbing all of the mountains you've been preparing to climb. You've done staked out base camp, you've got acclimated to the altitude, you're packing up your gear, you're ready to start climbing, you've done enough training, you're good to go. For your oracle card for the year, and the message for the year is about rebirth. With this Mars retrograde in our sign this year, and we had Chiron in retrograde last year in our sign, which brought a lot of craziness to the Aries timeline. With this, it's all about rebirth. It's all about the seeds that you did manage to keep on top of, and the ones that you did manage to nurture, and the ones that did bloom are now going to start coming into fruition as you go through 2020. So just keep your mind on that this is all a rebirth and all a renewal, and keep setting those healthy boundaries. All right, Aries, if this helped you out, please hit the like, subscribe. I'll put all the little things to follow us on Facebook for more free cards and coffees and oracle readings and all that other fun stuff we do in our group, the Coven the Silver Cord. And I'll talk to you guys later.